Welcome.
Welcome to the Footy in Paradise podcast.
Welcome to the Footy in Paradise podcast.
In this interview, Ben talks with a player from our competition who has reached out to us to courageously share their story and life journey dealing with mental health. This conversation includes a discussion around mental health challenges and self-harm. If you or anyone you know needs immediate help, please contact Beyond Blue, Lifeline, Headspace, or another mental health organisation.
So first of all, like I said, thank you so much for offering to share your story. I think that's extremely brave. I know it's not easy, and like you said, even trying to write a written submission's quite difficult, and sometimes just talking it out is a little bit easier. But nonetheless, I appreciate you offering to come on. Would you mind we'll start by just telling us your experience with mental health?
Yeah. So I guess I never really sort of expected it to affect me personally, I guess. I mean, growing up in Cairns, like in a small town, had a lot of friends that were impacted by it, endless trips to the hospital with people that were struggling, or, successful and unsuccessful attempts on their lives, and going through a lot of those teenage years and all of that, but never sort of expected that I would become a victim of that, of my own demons kind of thing. So it came as a bit of a shock when it did eventually sort of catch up with me, I guess.
Okay. Would you mind, I guess, talking a little bit about the time frame, sort of how old you were, and were there certain, triggers or situations in your life that led to a deterioration in your mental health?
Yeah, well, I guess, so recently, over the last couple of years, it sort of became more apparent that there was something sort of not quite right in, I guess, my mind. Sort of bouts of depression or anxiety, and then sort of not really knowing exactly what it was or what was causing it or anything like that. It sort of all came to a head at the start of this year. I actually ended up in hospital after an attempt on my own life, which was really, really hard for not only myself but my family and my loved ones. And luckily I was unsuccessful, but it's triggered a long hard road basically of recovery, figuring out the traumas that caused this or have impacted me as an adult. I ended up being diagnosed in April with borderline personality disorder, major depression and anxiety, and was heavily medicated for a while there. I've since, been consistently going to therapy and slowly coming off the medication now, but to be able to have hit that rock bottom is just sort of, it's given me a new view or a new lease on life kind of thing. It makes me feel really lucky now to have been there and to have looked it in the face and be able to sort of come out the other side. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that experience. How important is your support network in this journey, and is there anyone in particular that assisted you in a way that really had an impact?
Yeah, I mean, it really, it makes it really obvious who the most important people are in your life when something like that happens. It's really apparent who are your number ones and your day ones, and who are there, the people who are there and who are willing to, take 5 minutes out of their day to talk to you, because they would rather do that than be sitting at your funeral. But my family, my partner, he's black. He'd never had to deal with anything like this before, and he was just so strong throughout it all. But not only that, it's like being a part of a team especially like the footy team, like not all of them know about what's happened, but they just sort of, just the way that a team sport and your team can get around you and impact you in ways they don't even know they are. So that's been really, really, really helpful. But yeah, just I've had such amazing support, to be fair, from friends, family, coaches, just, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well said. Would you mind telling us why you chose to share your story today?
I think I chose to share because, like, I don't know, people that sort of find out, or close people that I have in my life that are aware of what's happened, never would have thought anything. I mean, I pride myself on kind of having my shit together, and you would have never thought that something like this could happen to someone who seemingly had it all, great job, loving partner, beautiful family, supportive friends, an amazing footy team, like just everything seems to be fine. But you didn't never know what struggles people are going through, and a lot of the time it's not up to them to be feeling the way that they're feeling. It's not something that they can turn on and turn off. It's not something they want for themselves either. So just having that sort of awareness of keeping in mind you don't know what everyone's going through, even though they may look like, they've got it all and everything's great. Just being there if they seem a little bit off, or just remembering to rally around people when they do look a little bit down, or just asking people if they're okay. Like, the whole "Are you okay" day thing, it really opens up so much conversation. I think it's really positive. So, and I mean, just the gratitude I have for the footy team and AFL Cairns, and like, I don't know, the support that I got from the girls was second to none, and I don't know if I would have got through it if I didn't have all of that as well. So that's why I wanted to share.
Yeah, thank you for that. And do you have a final message for anyone listening that might relate to your situation and are having their own struggles with mental health?
Yeah, I think the final message is probably like, just remember that there is so many people out there that love you, and you don't realise that in the moment. And most of them would much prefer to sit down and talk to you for 10 minutes or 5 minutes than to have to attend your funeral. You don't know what support's out there. Just ask for help as well. Even if you feel stupid, or you feel like you should have your shit together and you're not the kind of person that should be feeling these sorts of ways, it's not your fault either. A lot of the time it's something you can't control, so just voice it, yell out, ask for help.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing your story and those messages. I think that will resonate with a lot of people, and go a long way in this mental health round to raising some awareness. So thank you very much again.
No worries.